Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. We've come from South Wales, United Kingdom. There's four of us from my family. We arrived yesterday just for this speech tonight, and we're heading back tomorrow. We volunteered to help out with the organization earlier on today, which we thoroughly enjoyed. My entire family, my 3 children are here as well. They thoroughly enjoyed working for Barack Obama. The speech, and as a consequence we were allowed in and get pretty close in to see him. The speech wasn't as long as I had hoped, because I come a long way to listen, but nevertheless it was a typical Barack Obama speech. It was very well delivered. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Naturally, it was aimed at the world market as opposed to the domestic market in the United States. And I think he was calling on the people of the world to rethink their thoughts and get together and do good for the world.
Why do you think Barack Obama is so popular in Europe and Germany?
Well, I don't know why he's so popular in Germany. All I can tell you is that he's certainly very popular in the United Kingdom. I think it's because, there are all sorts of different reasons. First of all, politicians throughout the world find it difficult to engage the people, and Barack Obama has come along and people have been thoroughly motivated by his ability to engage, and that obviously excites everybody around the world. It excites the politicians around the world, and I think everybody can learn from him on how to motivate people around the world. I think he's so different, he's refreshing. What he's got to say is completely different from what you get from a usual politician. He doesn't seem to come from a preset camp. He has his own fairly independent ideas of taking things forward. And people around the world are saying, yes, this is exactly what we want to hear. This is how we want to take things forward. I recall back in March when his pastor, Jeremiah Wright, came out and made some derogatory statements about Barack Obama, and the world media was saying, right, that's the end of Barack Obama. 2 weeks later, he made an absolutely fundamentally different speech. And if you listen to that speech, it tells you what this guy is made of. He didn't go into his corner and wonder whether he was going to succeed. He took it on the chin, he tackled the world and said, this is a real issue. Racism is a real issue, not in the States but throughout the world, and we need to tackle it. And I thought that was a great thing. Only somebody with the ability of Barack Obama can deliver a speech like that. And it's things like that, when you hear things like that, that really motivates people around the world, I feel. My own feelings are that in years to come we will revere him like we revere people like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King. I think Barack Obama is in that league.
As opposed to Senator Barack Obama, you get to speak in front of the Brandenburg Brigade, so I hope you're honored. But what was your general impression of Barack Obama's speech tonight?
The first impression I had, I was waiting for the jokes about Bush, and he didn't give one. And the second impression I had is that in the end he didn't really say goodbye. Sort of people run around and didn't know, is it finished or is it the advertisement break now? And the third impression, and I will finish with that one, is that of course he sort of touched every political subject, but he never said something concrete. So he always saying something like peace, we, and peaceful, and no war anymore. And he didn't say anything about how can we manage the situation in Afghanistan, how can we manage the situation in Israel-Palestine, how can we manage the situation in Iraq. So it was not a lot of information, but it was interesting to see him, and it was amazing how many people went there.
So how do you think transatlantic relations will change if Barack Obama is elected the next president?
I think it's gonna be a little bit better because a lot of people from Europe, not only of Germany, have problems with Bush because he has a very aggressive politics, and it seems like, but you never know before, that Obama will do something different.
What would he have to do to get the same positive welcome?
Not starting another war, and that he is not thinking that he's sort of saving the world.
So you're a philosopher, and do you believe in the efficacy of American values? Do you think American values are universal values?
I don't think that any values can be universal because they always has to be in a context and it depends on the society you live in. And you can't have one law for everybody. You always have to have some individual differences.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.